Welcome into Fantasy AI. Moving on. All right, welcome back to the computer room. Today we're going to look at some fantasy impact. All right, some news and notes making fantasy impact and for fantasy football. All right, so hey, great time of year. Why? Because we're all 0-0. All right, start of a new year. Let's get you ready for winning next year. All right, players are taking the field from the Fantasy AI Data Center. Some of the subscribers looking in here. We got a new subscriber up in the stands. Sylvain Sorrell, welcome in. Welcome aboard. All right, let's get started here with some fantasy impact. News and notes in the fantasy world so far in fantasy football. How about Russell Wilson coming in at number 10? What's the news there in Pittsburgh? He got traded to Pittsburgh there? Well, you can see, let's go right to the little bit of news we got here for Russell Wilson is Wilson's made a good impression on his coaching staff throughout OTAs and is the clear favorite to be number one. There was some talk, maybe Justin Fields, but Mike Tomlin's remark that, hey, Wilson's had the pole position from the start to start week one. And the Steelers have reported to reach out looking for a possible trade for some more wide receiver help, which is the other little news there for Pittsburgh. But you see, Russ had some good, was available, had some good points there, last year in Denver. But he comes in here. He's going to have George Pickens now to work with in Pittsburgh. And got unproven wide receivers here. Roman Wilson, rookie coming in. I think he's a third year from Michigan here. 84th pick overall. And you got him to work with. Pickens from last year you got. Van Jefferson's been around for a while. But I don't love the 26th schedule there for the passing for Russell Wilson. But how this does affect this news is the running backs, right? We got two good ones here. We got Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren. You can see them here. Cordell Patterson, I think he's going to work just strictly in returns this year. But so how does Russell Wilson, being the quarterback, help out Pittsburgh? Their team's going to be a little better, right? You see that their team offense was 25th last year. Struggled some in passing, but hey, 13th team rush offense to help out Warren. Now you said you're worried. Here's the big deal here. They're ranking them both kind of lower because you're worried about each of them, right? Warren might steal from Harris here. Well, you look here, Najee finished 20th last year. They got him ranked 23rd. And Warren, they've got ranked 33rd, and he finished 29th. So they both did better than last year than they're ranked currently. All right, you see that? They got improved quarterback play, and they've got the easiest rushing schedule this year. So you can't go wrong with either of them, actually. They're both undervalued. Russell Wilson coming in is the news, but hey, it really helps these two running backs. I just love Najee Harris. Currently going 23rd. He did better last year. Easier schedule, better quarterback play. I just love Najee Harris next year. And Warren, depending on which bargain is better the bargain. You take it. How about Pat Freiermuth? Yeah, what's the news there? Well, let's come check out Pat Freiermuth there. He's the tight end there. And Russell Wilson, obviously, coming in is going to help him, right? Well, the Athletics, Mark Colby writes, nobody's performed better or more consistent through OTAs than Pat Freiermuth. That's pretty good news. How about Arthur Smith targeted tight ends third most of any team through 21 through 23. So for a 3-year period, Arthur Smith, the new offensive coordinator in Pittsburgh, is targeting those tight ends, right? And it's Freiermuth. Had a down year last year because of injury, but hey, was the 12th tight end in 22, 10th in 21. So he's got some he can history in this. Now, he had a bad year last year, but the hope is Russell Wilson coming in, stabilizing the quarterback situation. And at receiver, like we was just talking about, George Pickens, yeah, they got him. He finished 23rd, got him ranked 21st. They don't like the passing schedule there. at all. And unproven rookie, unproven veteran. So Freiermuth might be getting a lot of the action, especially with the new offense coordinator likes to throw to the tight end. So I thought that was some interesting news for those who need tight ends in your fantasy. How about Ramondre Stevenson, number 8 here? What's up with him? Well, everyone been watching the news. He signed that new contract. All right, he signed that new contract. Stevens' 4-year, $36 million extension. So he was a 2021 fourth rounder. Ankle kind of slowed him down right there. That's a lot of money for a running back. They ain't been paying running backs a lot. And tell you what, that's a lot of money. I just don't know about that maneuver there. You see the team. What do we got here at wide receiver? Unproven, not even ranked. Polk, not even ranked. Javon Baker, not even ranked. None of the receivers are ranked. Can't get any worse than the 32nd ranking for May. You see the team offense was 30th. It's just a very poor team. Antonio Gibson here's brought in to be the had some numbers, was around last year, but for Washington, but up against Ramondre here, I don't know. I ranked 20th. Ramondre finished 35th. Bad team, bad offense. I think they got him ranked too high. But he did get some pay. All right, T. Higgins. Ooh, this is a big story coming on here. T. Higgins. Let's see what we got Jamar Chase there's the number 1, but T. Higgins here. They got him currently ranked 18th. You can see the schedule there is 26th. And the passing schedule. So that isn't great, Possible replacement down the hill. Jermaine Burton coming in at draft pick, 3rd round. But let's take a look at T. Higgins here. What do they got here? Higgins is a 5th-year veteran. Signed that 1-year designated franchise player, right, for 2024. He's not happy. Higgins, he had good receptions through 4 years. With the 4th most reception career. Zach Taylor, the coach, says, I'm excited to move forward with T. Well, Higgins already set out mandatory minicamp, set out training camp. Is possibly going to sit out training camp this summer. So he's not happy there. A lot to be done there yet with that's on top of here. You got Joe Burrow returning. Hopefully he'll stay healthy. Joe Burrow missed a lot of those games. Wasn't really cooking that much early. They did. Look at that 12.6 fantasy average while he was in there. Isn't very good. I just don't like Cincinnati this year. I just stay away. 22nd team offense. Yeah, there's a lot of ifs and buts and and they're going to put the band back together for one more year. That's Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. If T. Higgins gets in reports, if he holds out, look out for that too on Higgins. A lot of times they hold out and they come back and they get in there for week 1 and then they pull a hammy. You don't have him for 6 weeks. 18th's way too high on Higgins, right? I like him, and yeah, it looks good, but just too high. Wouldn't pay it. Moving on. How about Marvin Harrison Jr. coming in at number 6? Of course he's in the news. A lot of big news there. Hyping him a little bit. Here you go, look, here's the team. We got Marvin Harrison Jr. Excuse me. Currently ranked 9th. All right, easy schedule. 4th easiest passing schedule. Got Michael Wilson here. Finished 57th overall, not even ranked. Zay Jones, another competition there, not ranked. All right, but we got Marvin Harrison Jr. here. And we got a little bit of news on him, I think. It says, I think that takes us to another level, Kyler Murray said. When you get a guy out there that is capable of winning one-on-ones, I hope he's thinking, hey, I'll just throw it up to him, right? Second-year cornerback Garrett for the team, Garrett Wilson, described Harrison as, hey, look, you get someone at his height and his ability to move. Those two things usually don't match up like that in one player. So he just said, going against him in practice, just saying nothing but positive coming out of there. Michael Wilson, his competition, I truly think the sky's the limit for him. So we're really liking him there. The not much competition, like we said. Kyler Murray's back, right? You got James Conner here. That's their running game. He's scoring good. There is really like him. Look at if you look over the team offense here. You've got team finished 19th in offense, but the rush offense was 4th. Of course, they bring Trey Brent Benson in here to compete, but they got that 24th hardest rushing schedule, so things might be a little different this year. All right, the easy 4th receiver or for the wide receiver. All right, these schedules for these wide receivers. So Kyler Murray coming back. Hey, nothing but good things looking for Marvin Harrison Jr. He's been the big news in fantasy. Got him highly ranked. All right, what about Aiyuk? Brandon Aiyuk here. All right, we got San Francisco. Brandon Aiyuk and Deebo Samuel make it up to powerful tandem last year for San Francisco. You've got one was ranked, finished 10th, one finished 8th. They're both ranked 10th and 11th for this year. Now that's all provided on Aiyuk not holding out or not having any problems. Now they did meet recently. Aiyuk and the 49ers recently met. Aiyuk said when he was hearing about some trade rumors, were there trade rumors, were there not? And he recently put out, but I thought I thought the Niners was never going to try and trade me. All right, there was some talk back and forth. Aiyuk to make, now see, here's the whole rub in the argument. He's set to make $14 million under his 5th-year option, right? Well, fair value, and if he would get a new contract, would put him at $26 million a year. All right, so he's paying on a bargain. San Francisco has him on a 5th-year bargain. The team is trying to take advantage of that. Get back to the Super Bowl. Aiyuk and the 49ers are entrenched in a standstill. He wants a new contract. They want that bargain 5th year. He missed a little time here, but is he going to hold out or demand a trade? Anyway, stay tuned. Fantasy. Preseason. See what's going on there. It affects Deebo. How Deebo will do if Aiyuk's. And the kicker here is they brought in Ricky Pearsall. 1st-round pick. People were scratching their head. But he's going to be an eventual replacement for either Aiyuk or Samuel because they can't afford to pay both of them. Can't afford to pay them both. Deebo had a good year. And you still got to keep Christian McCaffrey happy. Probably got Kittle looming. George Kittle's probably looming and getting him paid. Brock Purdy, what's he going to do? Is they're going to pay him? But anyway, so that's going to be the big thing is see what happens with Aiyuk. If he holds out, then just like I said on the last one, if they hold out, a lot of times they show up. Then they're ready to go. Yeah, everything's great. Pulls a hammy. So moving on. How about Knile Williams here? All right. Let's see. One big fantasy star last year was just the big news. You can see he finished 3rd in fantasy. They got him ranked 6th this year. Well, I guess the little news here is this Blake Corum they got picked up in the draft. They got him already. He's ranked 42nd. Right? So the Rams are going to be scoring. They got a great offense. Williams been dealing a little foot issue. Now, if there wasn't this foot issue, we'd just say, it's another rookie. How much time is he going to be in? But, hey, Knile Williams has a little history here. All right? We see that he missed those games last year, 5 games in the middle. And the year before was missing time because of that foot. Knile Williams said, hey, Corum addition hopefully allows me to get in the slot or run routes out of the backfield some more. So he's already kind of talking up, working together with him, right? 2 backs would complement each other. So the point here, and that foot issue is what we got to pay attention to. But any bring down in he was just getting 20. The Rams were one of the ones that gave their running back the most carries last year because they just kept feeding Williams. See, they had the team offense is 7th. And balanced the 10th and 11th there on the pass and rush. So, obviously, it's just a good offense. The question is, how much is Corum going to take? Williams seems to be conceding a little bit there and saying they're going to share a little bit. So, and the foot issue. So stay tuned through preseason. Let's see what happens. See if he comes out healthy. Kyren Williams, that foot doesn't linger through preseason. How about Cooper Kupp? The other Ram here. Powerful offense, right? Got Cooper Kupp here, currently ranked 15th. I think they're getting a little out of hand with that. Let's take a look here. Cooper's been a surprise standout this offseason through OTAs. Health this offseason is really showing up on the practice field. So he's healthy. They got him healthy. He appeared in just 21 games over the last 2 seasons. All right. So is he going to be back to where he was? Well, the effect really is here on Puka, right? That's what we're worried about, Puka Nacua. You know, who they got him ranked 8th. And had a great fantasy finish last year. You can see Puka, all those points. You know, surprise came out, picked him up in waivers, I'm sure. But how does Cooper Kupp's injury, lack of injury, affect Puka Nacua? That's the big question here. And that's the news we're going to see through fantasy and through week 1, right? See how long it takes. And Maurice Robinson, not really a threat here. He's had some stuff. But anyway, so moving on, it's the health of Cooper Kupp. And does he remain healthy? Anthony Richardson's up next, right? Big news there. Richardson's a full go for training camp. He does have that sort of soreness in his shoulder. But those bouts of fatigue don't seem to seem an actual setback. The combination here of power, size, speed. I mean, Cam Newton 2.0. But you just wonder how much he's going to be able to run. Look at those games that he did manage through. Woo! 20-pointer. That's just great fantasy average because of the running. He did that in 4 games. 4 touchdowns, touchdown a game running, if that's what it can happen. Now, it might cost Jonathan Taylor a little bit towards goal line, right? If Anthony Richardson. And I don't like that 30th schedule for running backs here. Now, there is no competition for, like Zach Moss is gone. All that. Trey Sermon, I think, they've moved up to the new number 2. But Jonathan Taylor, just worried. I don't like that 30th schedule. I don't like Richardson maybe sneaking some in. Something to keep an eye on there. But anyway, Anthony Richards healthy, and that's going to have a big effect on fantasy. And the number 1 here is Bijan Robinson. All right. Let's take a look here. He finished 9th last year. People were complaining. Got him ranked 3rd. Look at that easy schedule. Got Tyler Algier lurking here as the backup. But, what's important here and what the big fantasy news is, let's get right to it. Raheem Morris said the team was going to give Bijan Robinson the ball as much as possible in 24. Centerpiece of the new offense under Zach Robinson. Get him in the ideal situations as many times as possible. What a contrast with Arthur Smith seeming to slow walk Robinson last year, right? Had great numbers last year. He's in all the games, but they want to get him the ball every time, fantasy owners, right? And so the team's setting up here. Yeah, like I said, you got Tyler Algier as the backup here, and what a good long shot backup if he's going 58th. That isn't bad. But, okay, what about the passing game with Kirk Cousins, right? Got the top half schedule, 13th, 11th. And you got Drake London there, going to hopefully do some stuff. The other 2 guys here, Mooney and them, but got good tight ends. Kyle Pitts, they're going to have, Kirk Cousins is going to have some work, things to work with. Kirk Cousins missed those end with that Achilles. That Achilles holds up. Everybody's looking for high power out of Atlanta this year, and that's going to start with Bijan Robinson. So the big news there is they're going to get him the ball as much as possible. I've got him as the number 2 running back. Just love him for next year. But anyway, that's some of the news and notes going on in fantasy right now. Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that like and subscribe button. Hey, even if you don't, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Get that subscriber base up. How about I'm going to fill my shorts. Warning, this is a Fantasy AI with some fantasy impact news. Russell Wilson, clear favorite to start in Pittsburgh week 1. How's that affect his teammates? Improved quarterback play. Pat Freiermuth. Arthur Smith likes to throw to the tight ends. Should help him out there. Looking good in OTAs. Ramondre Stevenson signs a 4-year new extension contract. We live up to it. T. Higgins signed his franchise deal, but it doesn't like it. Might hold out. You never know. Nothing but glowing reports coming out of Arizona, and Marvin Harrison Jr. looking good for this year. How about Aiyuk? Bad news coming out there in San Francisco. They're meeting, but he doesn't like it. He's going to hold out possibly. Kyron Williams, we're worried about that foot injury. A lot of talk of Blake Corum and lots of sharing. How about Cooper Kupp? Nothing but good news coming out on his health. How's he going to affect Puka Nacua next year? Is he going to be healthy? How about Anthony Richardson with a shoulder injury? Things are looking good, ready for training camp. And Bjorn Robinson, what's great here is the coach said we're going to give him the ball as much as possible. Looking good in